It's Coach Keyton Crawford here on the Crawford Podcasting Network on this frigid January 18th, 2026. I love it. I love winter. I love all four seasons. I love my mitten state, the great state of Michigan. Whereas Mr. Softy over here gets totally obsessed with cold weather, and he looks like he's going to crawl down a rabbit hole right now.
Literally. As long as it's big enough, I got a fire in it, I'm in it.
All
I
right,
ain't
we
even,
got.
I even stepped out of the house yesterday. It was so cold.
Are you serious?
I did not, absolutely not.
Man, that's soft, baby. That's soft.
Soft as
You
baby
know
cat.
what? I'm disappointed, and I'm disappointed not for me, but for you that you're that soft.
It's okay. At least I got somebody looking out for me, I guess.
Okay,
I'm not doing it. Too cold.
Too cold. All right. Michigan State. My quick takeaway right now. These two teams are on a collision course for a Titanic game less than 2 weeks away. It's January 30th at the Breslin Center. Tom Izzo's birthday, no less. He will turn 70.
Laura Lynn Keaton's birthday, no less.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Two high-achieving individuals.
He is lucky enough to share a birthday with my wife. How about that?
He is a blessed man, indeed.
He is. He is lucky that my wife chooses to share her day with him.
Yes. So my takeaway, and I want your thoughts, obviously. Michigan's had some struggles, but they're 16-1, so they're not struggling too much. They got that West Coast 2-game road crap out of the way. Playing Washington, Oregon, not really good teams, not horrible teams, but not good teams. And they played good enough to win. Michigan State has a second half of their 2-game West Coast trip coming up with Oregon, which I'm sure they will take care of. And I thought they played pretty well against Washington yesterday, and big crowd. This shows you, and Michigan had the same situation on when was it? Wednesday night. There's a lot of alumni, Big Ten alumni in these Big Ten towns. Like now, Big Ten towns. LA is a Big Ten town, and their fans come out. It's their only chance to see their team because they're on the West Coast. Michigan's had a great following. Michigan had a good following as well. And I think that's kind of cool. And I give Michigan State credit. Izzo, after the game, went in the locker room, did all that post-game talk and chatter, and then he says, let's go out and thank our fans. I don't know if you see the video. I think that's very cool.
No, I've seen.
Yeah.
Well, they usually, and a lot of times, too, they'll put them packages together for the folks that got that good coin. They can go with the team on the charter and go out there and stay at the hotel.
I'm not talking about donors. I'm just talking about.
No, there's not donors. It's just regular people.
Regular people.
Regular people with a little bit extra expendable cash.
Yes.
They put kind of like the bowl trips. They have, that's the West Coast trip, so they'll offer and put a thing together, and because they did it for football years ago. We've done it for football, like just with the Players Association, the West Coast, a trip every year. And it just happened to be Washington. You happen to be USC the one year, each year. But they do that for like the West Coast trip. They'll offer it. I think they did it for the girls because one of my ex-players, a student, she went out there for their West Coast trip. So, but yeah, and like you said, the people out there, there's
this big town. Seattle's a booming town. Very expensive to live. And the same thing in LA last year when the two teams, Michigan State. But I think they're Michigan State. One of the two is going to win the Big Ten title, I think. And one of the two.
Who beat Nebraska?
What's that?
Who's beating Nebraska?
Michigan. A week from Tuesday night in Chrysler.
You sure?
Okay.
You sure about that?
It's not chopped liver. I mean, my God, they're in all the metric and all the net, all the Ken Palm, right? They're number one in the country. I mean, Nebraska's Really, really, really good team. They're the Indiana of
Absolutely.
college basketball in my mind, but they're not invincible.
Oh, nobody. It's
Tell you that
basketball.
right now.
Nobody's
I mean,
invincible in
Michigan.
basketball.
If Michigan plays like they're capable of playing and not get caught up and distracted in how good they are, which I think has been an issue for them, they can beat anybody. They really can. So that's who I think is going. I might be wrong, but that game at Breslin a week from Friday will be huge. And I'm predicting this is your old conventional split coming up. Both Michigan State and Michigan win in their home courts in this game. Michigan State, I think, will win on the 30th, and then the regular season wrapper, if you will, March 8th at Chrysler. I think Michigan's going to return the favor and win that game. And who knows, they could play in the Big Ten tournament, very likely. They could play in the Final Four. Not likely, but possible.
More power to them. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Good for the state. When does Michigan play Nebraska?
A week from Tuesday at Chrysler.
So they got Michigan, they got Nebraska on Tuesday, then Michigan State on Friday. Same week?
Same week.
Ooh, that could be trouble.
Now they don't have to travel. They only got to go 63 miles up the road.
Yeah.
They're in the state of Michigan these next 4 games. 3 straight home games. They got Indiana Tuesday night, who's now suddenly a football school, and Ohio State Friday night, and then Nebraska Tuesday night, and then Michigan State that following Friday.
So you got rivalry game.
Yeah.
Then you got Nebraska. Then you got super rivalry game.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a tough stretch for them right there.
Speaking of rivalry games, I might have mentioned this to you, but in the media scrum, we asked Axel Lindenborg about, this is a few weeks ago, looking forward to the Big Ten season. How about playing the rivals?
You don't even know who they are.
What's that? Well, he goes, I'm not trying to think of who asked, but who do you want to play the most? Who are you looking forward to? He goes, Michigan State. And he's from Alabama. He's used to, he played at UAB, and he grew up an Auburn fan. He knows the Alabama-Auburn rivalry. But he goes, the reason is because when I first signed with Michigan, my Twitter feed was getting blown up by people. And who was blowing it up? Michigan State people.
People got too much time on their hands.
Way more than Michigan fans. Is that a little obsession or whatever? I don't know.
There's some Michigan State people out there who absolutely have no life.
Well,
they sit on that thing.
People, there's some, not all, and I'm not classifying. Don't get all agitated. But there are some Michigan State people who get more satisfaction with Michigan misfortune than Michigan State fortune. They're flat out haters. I don't understand it myself.
The only time I care about enough to put energy in it about Michigan is when they're playing Michigan State.
Yeah.
Other than that, okay, they lost. Okay, good. Whatever. We'll keep it moving. Like, okay, who they lose? They lost to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next? It doesn't affect me.
Well,
till they play my school. Then when I win, then I can I can not have to worry about anybody saying anything. I mean, I'm sorry, we beat you, so be quiet.
But you know what? This is what I noticed, and I know a lot of former Michigan State athletes. Is you guys are not so obsessed with this Michigan State thing as much as the fans are, in my mind, because you're looking at the game more analytically, and it's just different. I mean, it's the non-fanboy part of you.
I don't worry about the ancillary stuff. I worry about when we play them. That's it.
Yeah, right.
The rest is irrelevant to me.
But one more note on Michigan State basketball is that I think Jeremy Fears is really, really, really good.
Oh,
And I
Jeremy
mean,
Fears has decided to let people know that he can't put the ball in the bucket, and
yeah,
we're not going to be just uh, the best passer assist guy in the country, second I think.
yeah.
No, I'm going to be a problem at both ends of the
Here's a
court for
problem.
you.
If he plays like that, you see, this is a difference. See, I've always been struggling with Michigan, as great as they are, and I love that team, and I will continue to love them. But they don't have the go-to guy that and Elliot Cadeau as a point that Michigan State has in Jeremy Fears. Jeremy Fears yesterday, 19 points. He was, I think, 7-8 from the free throw line, 6-9 from the field, and then the 5 assists you talk about. He's pretty damn good. One
Yeah,
turnover. He's pretty good. Pretty good.
and that and the best, like you said, the best part of he gets downhill. He's going to the line to make 95% of his free shots.
So the downhill guys, and like Wisconsin's got 2 great guards that go downhill. I mean, downhill guards can really be an effective tool because it opens up so many things. But
Sure.
even Jackson Kohler's been playing really well. Not so great yet, but
Didn't play
that's
yesterday.
the mark of a good team. They still won by 17 points.
Yeah, didn't play well yesterday. Had a lot of good looks, and it didn't, But that's the thing about them. They got so many guys
They do.
that they can they're all understanding their roles, and they come in and they just play.
So this is what we're back to the weather thing. This is what warms our winters in Michigan, is when you have a competitive basketball team, whether you're a Michigan State fan or a Michigan fan. And this is what gets us through. And all of a sudden you look up and it's March Madness and you're obsessed with that. And then all of a sudden you're in April and the weather starts breaking a little bit, maybe. You're down to wet snow. So
just to get that's like you watch basketball and yes, because that is true. As the season goes on, the closer it gets to the end means it's closer to warmer weather, which means it's closer to getting and I do a lot of watching friends and other people work on winter projects. What are you doing? So my friend Jeff,
your house. There's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah, my friend Jeff Miller, who has I believe a 50 or 51 Mercury, he redoing his taillights. So he's been videoing that and sharing that. So I've been following the progress of that. So as that goes on, the closer that gets to finishing is the closer it means that we're going to be outside.
There you go.
Right.
And I love people with passions and skills to fulfill their passions.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Example. Okay. Speaking of closer to, we're getting closer to the national championship in college football, Hard Rock Stadium, Monday night, Indiana. Yep, Indiana going for their first national title against the U, which should be an interesting game because the U is not as a complete team, not even close to Indiana, but they got swag and they have zero pressure on them in my mind. Zero.
Playing with house money.
They have no one's expecting, everybody's ready to crown the Hoosiers, and Indiana will probably win. But how do you see this playing out tomorrow night tomorrow night down in at Hard Rock?
I seen it almost. I think Miami's going to actually be almost full strength. The guys that got nicked up in the semifinal game are okay. They're going to miss the kid who got suspended. Going to be suspended, which I think is a stupid rule for the first half of this game for the stupid targeting that was bad call anyway.
That was a bad call.
So, but you always wonder, like you guys live in these dream seasons. You always like New England. You always wonder what is is this the game where everything doesn't go?
I mean, when the shoe drops, the shoe finally drops.
Right. So, because you watch like Indiana, he's on the run. Mendoza, he gets stripped, the ball bounces right back to him.
That's true.
They get all the breaks they've been getting, and they really haven't had. I mean, their toughest game was Penn State.
Well, Ohio State, the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, it was, but Ryan Day was calling plays, so you knew he was going to screw it up somehow anyway. So yeah, the Ohio State game for sure. But like when they had to do something, it was Penn State. Since then, it's just they just been playing. So that being said, I fully think that somehow because they figured out a way to win games, I fully expect them to win. I think it'll be close, but I truly would not be surprised at all if Miami hangs around long enough, because the key for Miami is if they can run the football like they've been running it, number 10 is going to be Indiana has nobody. I don't care who they got, Pons, or they have nobody over there that's covering number 10. The freshman wide receiver.
The freshman, yeah, yeah, he's pretty good.
Tony, they have nobody over there that's covering him.
He's right, and he wasn't even highly ranked as an incoming freshman. I mean, he's the
Tyreek Hill of college football.
You know what? You said it. All I want I don't have any. I mean, I don't care what happens in terms of the fully outcome. I mean, I guess what the Big Ten hates Michigan, so I'm having a more difficult time cheering for Big Ten teams. But all I ask for, I want a fourth quarter game, damn it. I don't want this blowout. I'll be checking out at halftime, because I'm telling you what, this 69-year-old crap, I'm getting tired at 10 o'clock. I mean, I couldn't watch the second half of Seattle and the Niners like I.
That was the ass last night, baby.
And that was
Walker was running wild.
Right, but I would have still watched into it. But so I hope it's a competitive game. The kids my interest, and this Fernando Mendoza, I will say this: he seems like a huge character kid, man.
Sure,
and he's he's like, this dude has the whole story. The whole package, he's got it all. His mom, who's been dealing with MS, I mean, that story is it's like a Disney movie. I mean, it's crazy. And so if you
pull for kids like that, because they do everything the right way.
You really do, and I do. And in his hometown, it sounds almost too corny back in his hometown.
Right.
But it should be I hope it's a great game. I'm getting a vibe from you that you think it's going to be a fourth quarter game.
Yeah, Miami has enough. Miami has enough athletes.
Yeah,
and players, and their quarterback's making plays. He's making plays, and they got playmakers.
He's been around. He's
exactly.
He's a pro.
Literally been in this game for longer than a minute.
Yeah.
So they got, and like I said, they run the football well.
They do.
And that will cause Indiana problems.
You're going to be in the game.
Oh, no question. No. 0 turnovers for them.
Oh, man, I'm not saying they got to play a perfect game, but they got to throw a no-hitter. Okay, at least.
Right. Don't have to be perfect, but it's got to be.
2-hitter. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to have to be good. And fourth quarter, overtime, that'd be amazing.
That's all I ask. Fourth quarter game. All I ask.
Don't care who wins. Just give me a great game.
Yeah. Third and last topic. This high school game yesterday at the Don Johnson Fieldhouse. Now, I didn't see it, but I saw some clips, and it was refreshing to see a great crowd between two, the Michigan Ave rivalry, Waverly and Sexton. So many Sexton guys are going to Waverly or vice versa, whatever. They all know each other, and I thought that was great. But I'm still getting difficult grasping this concept of high school basketball on a Saturday afternoon. Okay. I'm still in this, Tuesday night, Friday night. That's the way it should be. Is it so evidently they think there's going to be a security problem or fights or whatever? Is that?
Well, no, that was just when they could fit that game in the schedule.
I don't understand.
They both played. I believe they both played Friday night. Well, Waverly played Thursday.
Oh, and they're in different divisions of the CAA.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So they played Thursday. So that was the only time they could get that game because they wanted to play that game. They like playing that game. So they don't play it at the varsity level, which they probably could figure out a way to get that as a non-conference football. They do it at the lower level, JV and freshman football. But yeah, no, it's a big deal, and being there for the past couple of years, working at Waverly, the Michigan Avenue thing is picked up a little bit of pace, the Battle of Michigan Avenue, and the fact that a majority of the main cogs of Sexton's team, a lot of those kids did go to Waverly up until 9th grade, and then they all ended up at Sexton, transferred there. So
why did they do that?
I have no idea.
And why were there kids that go from Sexton to Waverly? Why did they do that?
Not Sexton to Waverly, Waverly to Sexton.
It's all Waverly to Sexton?
Yeah, the majority, I believe, is how it worked out.
So, I'm just intrigued by why they do that.
Probably playing time, thinking they would get more playing time.
I got
that whole jazz.
I'll tell you what, to know somebody when you're going against somebody really brings out the competitive juices, does it not?
Oh, yeah. And it was, that crowd was big. We're dealing with our own issues at Waverly right now in our gym. So, that when that game gets around, the East Lansing Waverly game, they may not have a choice but to play it at, hopefully if Don Johnson is available.
Your own issues at your own gym. I don't.
We have some water leakage in the gym to trying to figure out hopefully the floor is not messed up.
Oh wow! I did not know that.
We're dealing with some of that stuff, trying to get that taken care of. But yeah, no, the crowd was nice, both sides. They were into it. I like
it. I like the vision. I like the optics that I saw on the Channel 6 feed. They showed the crowd. I thought that looked like a district championship game, in March, or something like that. It was.
Yeah,
really
no, it was the folks came out and showed out well for the 517. The only bad thing about it was the absolute horrible. When I say horrible, I mean horrible.
You seem to be bitching about refereeing a lot lately. Is that
when it's that bad? It's that bad.
Let it go, man. Let it go. They're doing the best.
No, the kids deserve better. You got guys out there. Ben Hall's a racist, and I'll just say it because I don't care.
Wow.
And he's been that way since 2012. And anybody want to call me and ask me, I'll tell you. And then I don't know where my man, and I feel for him, young fella for Waverly, Xavier. He plays with a lot of emotion, and sometimes it gets him, it gets him in trouble. But these people, they come to these games predetermined on how they're going to react to people. He got called for a technical foul yesterday. He dunked the ball. The kid from Sexton was like literally right behind him. He turned around. They bumped each other a little bit. There was, and you could see it on Channel 6's highlights. And he didn't even do anything. He bumped each other and he went out of the way. And they called him. Miller called him for a technical. And I'm like, there was nothing there. And you're putting yourself, and then his fifth foul, he got fouled out. All he was doing was boxing the guy out to get an inbounds pass. But anyway, it was just the game was too big for them.
And Waverly won the game. Waverly's
by 2. They were up by 9-11 in the fourth quarter. And Sexton battled back, turnover steal. I guess the bigger and then the bigger thing was to me that bothered me the most was if you see if the foul happens, call the foul when so many fouls were called after the action had pretty much stopped, kind of, and moved on, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
So are they coerced? Are you trying to insinuate the ref is coerced by crowd reaction, or what?
I don't even think it was that, Tom. I think it was just the fact that they're almost waiting to see what happened with the play. Oh, he didn't make the basket. Let me call the foul.
That's what you're guessing.
Reactionary to what happened with the play. No, if he fouled him, call the foul. And then the typical, kids getting hammered and nothing, and then they look at each other and then they call the foul. It's like, come on, man. But no, and it wasn't just me. I had people blowing my phone up like, Jill, what is going on? I'm like, bro, I couldn't even tell you what's going on. Like, this is not good. Almost as bad as the last 2 minutes of the Denver Buffalo game.
Oh, okay. And we'll touch on that, then we'll close it out. But there were three bad calls. There were three controversial calls. Calls 1 and 2 were horrible. The third one was interference.
The third one was pass interference all day.
I was after effect. But, the fumble, get out of here. He was on the ground. Contact is made. So the play's dead, and you pull it out, Ben? That's bullshit call. And there was no review on site.
That's it. It wasn't even the fact that I think it was a great play by the defensive guy because he took it, whatever.
Well, he got away with it.
You didn't even look at it.
No, you didn't look at it there. You looked at it in New York or whatever. I don't know.
Stop the play.
Terrible.
Let's get eyes on this and see what happened, and then move on. Absolutely terrible.
That was a chicken shit call or no call, whatever the call was.
It was a great call on the field to let the play happen like they've been doing.
Well, that's fine, but get it right.
But now let's get the play right.
Terrible.
He caught the ball. His knee was down. The guy was touching him.
That was annoying.
The first PI, absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, terrible.
Oh, so bad.
That was dual handsy. That's acceptable.
That's so bad.
Really bad. All right. Great job, as always, Coach.
Oh, but here's the thing. And then this is karma for Sean Payton, because I'm really not a Sean Payton fan. Why do you have your best offensive player running sweeps at the end of the game? And now he's done for the season.
Yeah. That's
just
true.
hand the ball off.
Yeah.
And now your quarterback's done.
Yeah, that
what
was
a complete
idiot. Nick is out with what's he got? Ankle surgery.
Got broken ankle, having surgery on Tuesday, I guess.
Just
hand the ball off to the running back.
This kid played at Auburn. He hadn't taken a snap, and oh my God, that's changed. But you know what? It is karma because I think whether it's, I think the Houston Texans are going to get the Super Bowl myself. Because defense wins championships, and they got a great defense.
Patriots got good defense too. No, that game's gonna be a really good game.
Also, as well as the Chicago game with the Rams and Colson Loveland, 84. He's a rookie of the year in the NFL. Hail! He's a hell of a Wolverine. Great to see him.
It'll be good football today.
Yep.
Looking, not that I'm an NFL fan, but I'm looking forward to watching.
Well, no, you're a football fan. We both love college football more than the pros. We haven't pulled any punches on that, but I still appreciate the NFL. I love football, and I'll be all over the playoffs today. So
this could be good day today to stay
inside. All right, Gary Green, super job again as always, and as you always end it.
Always, hey, and a hockey sweep for the Spartans too over number 2 Wisconsin. So It was a good weekend to be green and white, baby. So
not bad
go
to be,
green.
not bad to be Michigan fan as well. Go blue.